Long before the Xbox Live Vision camera set the Uno world on fire, and well before Kinect mapped your room and learned all of your secrets, there was Xbox Video Chat. First revealed before E3 in 2004 and shown at Tokyo Game Show 2004, Xbox Video Chat was much more mild in its cold. Connect people through Xbox Live and do video chat. Simple. While outlets like IGN speculated that the US would receive the camera and software, it never materialized, with only Microsoft Japan ever releasing the product on November 12, 2004 for 7,140 yen. In fact, they received two releases, one with a clamshell packaging, likely what you would have seen in stores, and another, which I have, in a rather plain brown box from online orders. The box I received many moons ago had some wear and tear on the outside, but was otherwise brand new at the time. Inside, we see the Xbox Video Chat disc packaging. No surprises, there is a disc and some paperwork, none of which I can read without using Translate on my phone. The main star of the show is the camera, of course, complete with the Xbox controller connector at one end. Unlike most peripherals for the Xbox, it does not use a breakaway cable. Though that makes sense since it would likely be placed by a TV, minimizing tripping issues. The design is very Logitech from the 2000s, but I quite like it. The black and green for the Xbox are still iconic, and the jewel on the front reminds me of the one on the Controller S. For years, this was as far as I had gotten, as I had purchased this long after the original Xbox Live had closed, and the software didn't do a whole lot without it. But thanks to early testing of Insignia, I can at least get into the menus, and show some of the basic chat features. Insignia, if you don't know, is a replacement for the original Xbox Live. But without someone on the other end, I'm still quite limited, so a more in-depth video will have to wait. As we get through the initial screens, one thing is pretty obvious. It not only physically looks like a webcam from the 2000s, it performs as one. Low light isn't great, but this isn't a surprise. Throw on a few lights, remember that it would have been viewed on a CRT, and it is perfectly serviceable, especially as video chat was far less common at the time. For some reason, in recent years I've heard people saying that only 100 were produced. There is zero evidence of that being the case. With two different release packages, only 100 would be a waste of production lines. Now, it is a Japanese Xbox item, and one that most people don't know about, so it isn't going to be Halo in numbers, but I'm not a fan of pulling numbers out of thin air, as that often becomes very, very hard to correct. The other question becomes how many were actually sold. This number may be accessible through something like the Famitsu sales data, but tracking it down will be a project for someone else, or future me. No other programs that I know of use the video chat camera, so there are limited uses for it, or none. I've tried to find a PC driver, but nothing seems to be compatible out of the box, though I'd be curious if somebody could modify an existing driver to do the trick. I've passed key information to Xbox emulator creators and others, so we may yet see a cheaper replacement in the future. But until that time comes, catch me on Insignia when it launches, and until next time, thanks for watching.